Good morning, everybody. So today, under your content, you are going to be finishing Unit 1, Activity 1. So you go on in to content. You're going to be finishing up just reading down here about culture and metaphors. If you are following along with the slides, it's just this part here and this bottom part. Once you are done that, you are going to move into Unit 1, Activity 2, about gathering perspectives of culture. So if you're following along with the slides, we'll come back to those. But under Activity 2 here, gathering perspectives and content, you can read, this is a really great quote here, but you're going to actually read and create notes starting from minds on down to the function of culture for an individual. So you're just making notes on this first page today, and that is it. I will update the announcement, but if we look over this together, just click this open here. Whoop. By the end of this activity, we should understand the elements of culture, the functions, and the definition of what culture is. But take a moment to watch this really great video from the Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs. It really gets into what culture is and means to different people. So I suggest you do stop this video and give this a quick watch. But defining culture by its function. So this is the quote. Take a minute to read this over. So in order to really clearly define what is culture, we need to understand what culture does, not just for a group of people, but for an individual. This really breaks into the question of what is the function of having a culture. So really, when we look at how culture functions, it really helps to keep social relationships within a group intact. We can look at this through shared visions of concepts from families, morals, traditions, social norms, values, beliefs, and ideologies. When you really think about it, it would be difficult to form a group solidarity if there was no agreement on fundamental elements. So this is a way culture serves to align a collection of individual people. It really, once again, going back to that first point, brings in the foundation of do's and don'ts, what to do, what not to do when looking at a group of people. And this is the final section for today. So what culture teaches us is how individuals can think for themselves as part of a larger whole. So even though that the larger whole has the same ideas, it helps to individualize a person. It also helps to shape individual personality and give them a set of behaviors to follow that makes them an accepted member of the group. So making sure they are following along so they can stay within their social norms and ideals for where they are. And in a way, for an individual, it is an agreement to adhere to, and it is shared fundamental elements of the group. So for example, culture determines what we as individuals should value in our lives, traditional meals that we eat, rules we obey, determines social reaction to a situation, so like when to laugh, when to cry. So for example, what's the word I'm looking for? A westernized funeral, often you see people crying. It is a social reaction in that situation. So for most individuals, cultures inform our perception of the world and place within us, and it's a part of what makes us human. It's a part of what makes us individual. It's part of what makes us part of our society. And that is where the content's going to stop for today. So what you're going to do is using the slides or using the actual content page found on Brightspace, you're going to make your own notes. They can look however they want. They can be handwritten, they can be typed, they can be color-coded or not. Once you've created them, you're going to upload them to your My Portfolio just to demonstrate your understanding of the information. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.